It is July 29th, and it is 2:30 in the morning. Um, I said I wasn't really going to videotape anything about my personal job, especially while I'm on the job, because I'm on the job right now, and this is probably the worst day I've ever had at this gig, and I'm really frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So I figured, I want to come on here and express how I really feel about this. So if you don't know, I operate out of a box truck, right? Craziest thing, right? When I moved up here well, I'm in Virginia right now. I'm in Richmond, Mechanicsville, or some shit like that. When I moved up here to Raleigh, I had a job lined up. It fell through because I was told by these people at FedEx that there was a truck driving position similar to what I'm doing right now. They pretty much just lied to me and said, hey, we're gonna have you doing the routes, and then we'll eventually get you into a truck, which was all bullshit. Because the first day I was unloading a box truck kind of like this, and it was stacked to from top to bottom, back to front. If you know anything about FedEx box trucks or mailbox trucks, they load them shits up. And I made the conscientious decision to just go ahead and leave that job right there on the first day. I told Shelby, hey, come get me. She came and got me from the Crabtree Mall. Because I just, I feel as though I shouldn't have to do stuff like that if I had to go through what I had to go through to get my CDL. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally went through hell and high water to get my CDL. Real quick, I did 3 weeks on campus training, 2 weeks home, 3 weeks in the road training with another, grown-ass man, guy named Andy, real great trainer. And then I waited another week until they got me a truck, and then I started driving truck over the road, and then I did that for almost a year. So I paid my dues, right? So in having that, and in having paid my dues, you got to forgive me. I'm really tired, and I might be a little dehydrated, because I literally ate an entire bag, like a big ass bag of tortilla chips. I know I probably shouldn't have did that, but I did not account for being out here this late. I figured because I already ran out of time that I would have been on the way home or been home by now. Because if I left to go home from my last stop, I would have been home, showered up, sleeping, getting ready to, wake up for tomorrow. Anyway, so I've already paid my dues when it comes to having a CDL. And it's the bullshit that happens when you live in this country at this age, because I quit that job immediately because it wasn't the job that I was supposed to be doing. I did everything in my power to try to make money from my TikTok, make money from content, make money from all kind of shit. I did everything in my power to let me not. I was about to start over because I feel like I'm rambling, but maybe me rambling is actually a good thing. Maybe this is a good thing for me to do. But before I got this current job, I did everything in my power to not have to go back to the workforce. Because ever since I got my first job at Church's Chicken when I was 16 years old, my dad told me that his dad told him that when you get your first job, you're going to work for the rest of your life. And I've said this before, but that's just something that just did not stick well with me, right? I didn't feel that at all. I still don't feel that. But it's like, I've never had a job that I actually liked. And it's crazy that when I moved to Raleigh and I technically didn't have a job, the only thing that I wanted to do was get a job. And then as soon as I got a job, I didn't want the job anymore. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me. But I say all that to say this, man. I have been on my weight loss journey for a very long time. I have put myself in a position to where self-sabotage is almost second nature. As of the last month, you could say, I said 3 weeks, I've made so many changes in myself to see this journey through fully, finally, so that way I can definitely live the life that I've always wanted to live, because I've never been happy, right? I have never been happy in my entire life, ever. I've had fun times, childhood memories, that's cool, but I'm a very traumatized individual, right? I've been through a lot of traumatic shit. Some things that I probably will never speak about. Things that I've spoken about before, but I won't speak about them again, and a bunch of things that I'm very open with, right? But one thing I can tell you, man, is that times like these where I'm working for a job that does not value my safety, they don't value my time, they don't give a fuck about what I have going on, they just give a fuck that the freight that's in the back of this stupid ass box truck, they just give a fuck that this freight gets delivered, right? They don't care. I literally called them and said, hey, it doesn't make sense for you to route the route this way, because I never complain about anything. I don't complain about shit. Without giving too much information, the stop I'm at now and the stop that I just came from are two of the biggest stops on my route, right? And it doesn't make sense to have both of those stops on the same day, because the first stop took 5 hours for 3 pallets. I got 6 pallets in the back of this truck, and they haven't even started unloading it yet. And it's 2:36 right now, right? I know I may be rambling, but I just had to do something before I fucking completely went insane. I might post this. I might not post this. No, I'm going to post it. I'm not no fucking punk. I'm going to do it. But I say all this. I say all of this to say I understand that working a job is never going to be something that I'm going to be happy with. Yes, I need it for money. Yes, I need it for security reasons, to fix the car when it breaks down. I couldn't have fixed my car without this job. I couldn't have paid my bills without this job. I couldn't have done anything financially in the last 3 to 6 months without this job. I get it. And TikTok, of course, even though TikTok kind of slowed down a little bit. But I will say this. I understand that what I'm going through now is just a small example of what the rest of my life could look like and ultimately will look like if I don't get my shit together, if you will. If I don't truly lock in, if I don't see these journeys through and through, if I don't make the changes that need to be made and make them basically who I am, right? If I don't do that, I'm doomed to repeat the same shit over and over again, because I'm never going to be homeless. I'm never going to be whatever, because I'll always have the ability to make money. But when do I actually start being happy? When do I actually get to sit down and, let my hair down even though I'm bald as shit? When do I get to sit down and be like, this is nice. This is cool. I'll never get that opportunity if I don't allow myself to start living a life that I deserve, a life that I can build for myself. I'll never be able to be happy in this life unless I believe that I deserve happiness. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. So I just wanted to say this. I don't know where this video is gonna go. I know it's like a personal diary type moment, but I'm an open book sometimes, most times. And yeah, man, hopefully y'all are locked in with your goals, locked in with what you want to do, locked in and taking pride in what you have achieved, and taking pride in what you're inevitably going to achieve, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. You're closer to your dreams than you've ever been, and you're wiser than you've ever been, and you're stronger than you've ever known. And I know for a fact, if y'all boys still fucking with me, man, even through the inconsistent posting schedule, the up and down weight when it comes to consistent weight loss, everything. If y'all still fucking with me, man, I appreciate it, because I know that eventually, very soon, all of this shit is going to turn around. All of this shit is going to turn around, man. I promise you, all of this shit is going to turn around. Y'all be easy, man. Y'all be cool. I'm gonna sit down and get my life together. Oh wow, I guess it was a good thing I actually made this video, because they're actually starting to unload the goddamn truck now. Only took them 4 fucking hours. Y'all boys be easy, man. We gonna make it. Don't let minor inconveniences, don't let that shit deter you from the ultimate goal. We're gonna make it. You, me, we're gonna make it. Trust and believe.